It's going to be like a few minutes, one or two, just to make sure that people get in for this live webinar. Get some water. If you're at home, get some water, get comfortable, grab a chair, sit on your couch, or even better, if you've got your rebounder with you, why don't you jump on your rebounder quickly? You get that flow going. You know, the flow, that lymphatic flow, that energizing warm-up that the rebounder does for us. You know what? You just got to get on and do it. I often find that when I'm in a kind of a blocked place, you know, where you've got like writer's block, or you've just got that from being in the traffic, or just you need a little bit of a zen time away from the family. I bring out my rebounder and I just jump for 5 minutes, put on some hot, sexy music, do my thing, get off, and immediately I have a mood elevation. So try that. I'm sure a whole lot of you are doing that out there. And it's just that rebounding just makes you feel so good. Anyway, so if you haven't seen our new water bottles, they're by Odwalla, and super nice. I might be drinking. It's really, really dry here in Hollywood. I'm coming to you live from Hollywood. All right. So I think that's a good time. Guys, my name is Marc Montemerlo, and I want to welcome you to this webinar hosted by Leaps and Rebounds, Rebounding Company. As you know, these rebounders come in two sizes. They come in a 45-inch as well as a 48-inch size. But today I'm going to be working on the smaller one. So let's discuss where we're going to go with this. There are 3 core training principles that we're going to talk about today. At the end of the session, I'm going to give you a 4-week program that you can focus on step by step, day by day. It's going to be in the notes. I will post them in the description for today's webinar. So gather around. Feeling good? All right, here we go. The 3 core principles are progression, overload, and specifics. Progression is to become better. Progression is to get uncomfortable in your comfort zone, to get out of that norm. Overload is to add stresses to the body, to force it to adapt to the new environment. And specifics, if the specific is to jump on your rebounder, add twists, add some leaps, intensity. Let's say, for example, increasing your jog. That could be a specific skill that you want to improve, and you would apply those 3 core training principles to that. All right, so a little bit more depth with progression. And progression is, why is it necessary to progress through a training program? Well, let's go to the goal. Why am I rebounding? Well, I'm rebounding because I want to get fit. I want to get stronger. I want to become more agile. I want to work on flexibility. I also want to work on my balance. And I also want to work on my mental well-being, as well as get that lymphatic drainage system engaged. So that's why I choose to do rebounding. So once your body adapts to a specific skill, for example, you're on your rebounding and you're doing a nice easy jog. So there you are on your rebounder doing a nice easy jog. And now what happens is the body becomes used to it. It adapts to the overload. It adapts to the time. It adapts to the speed. It adapts to the overload in that specific exercise. So what happens? It becomes easier for us. Now, I don't know about you, but easy is comfortable, but you don't get long-lasting results from that. So let's think way back when you first got your rebounder and you started working on it. It was a new environment. Your body had to adapt. Your core had to engage. Your motor skill, because you were elevated off the floor, motor skill, also eye-hand coordination, as well as balance. All of those skills had to automatically engage to make sure that you didn't hurt yourself or fall off your rebounder. So it's adapted. Now, a month later, you you taking a nice easy jog on your rebounder and your body knows exactly what to do. So it's adapted to that environment. Now you've seen those results, your body's adapted, but now I want to change it. Now I possibly maybe want to run. Maybe I want to make my workout a little bit harder. And what happens when we make our workouts harder? You got it. We see a change in our bodies. We see how our body changes. We may possibly lose some weight. We may possibly improve on our fitness levels, as well as balance, as well as flexibility, as well as depth perception. You know, the vestibular system, which is the inner ear, what it does for us, it gives us depth perception. So when you're up on your rebounder, you're now elevated, you're off the floor. So you're not normally what your vestibular system is set to is when you're on the floor, and that's your spatial awareness. Now that you stand up on the rebounder, what happens? You have to adapt to that spatial awareness. So you're enhancing that spatial awareness. When you get off your rebounder, what you've done is you've trained your vestibular system to be at different levels, different heights. So the next time, and what happens when you age, you lose your sense of balance and depth perception. That's why we have to hold onto that handrail when we walk down those stairs. Depth perception, elevated, learnt vestibular system, easy for me to walk because I'm now not afraid that I'm going to fall. And that is a skill that comes from rebounding. So I digress. Where were we? Safety. Now, when you overload your body, you want to make sure that you're overloading it in a relatively safe way. And what I mean by that, for example, let's say you're used to doing 20 squats. Okay, 20 squats, unweighted. Great. That's week 1. Week 2, you're going to do more squats, but let's pick up the 20-pound dumbbells and let's add those dumbbells while we're doing the squats. What's going to happen is that you're going to overload the muscle. You're not giving it time to adapt. And what's going to happen, you possibly may hurt yourself. So you want to stay in that progressive stage. You may start with 10-pound dumbbells. Week 3, 15-pound dumbbells. And week 4, 20-pound dumbbells. So do you see the progression? All right. And also your body will tell you. You know, if you're used to doing these 20 squats and you pick up those 10-pound dumbbells and you're doing them and you just feel uncomfortable, listen to your body. Maybe put those weights down, pick up the 5-pounders and proceed with the exercise until you feel that you've got it, you've mastered it, and then you can move on. All right. Now, specifics. I love speaking about specifics. A lot of the times when I have clients come in for personal training, one of the most important questions I ask them, why are you here? What do you want to achieve by training? Is it weight loss? Do you want to sleep better? Do you want to be able to easily bend down, pick up your car keys and stand up? What are those specific goals that you want to achieve by doing strength training, cardiovascular training, flexibility training? And a lot of times people come to me and they say to me, well, I want to improve my running, so I want you to teach me how to run. Well, there are different components to a running program. You'd have to improve leg strength. So there would be a whole leg program for specifically designed for running, so that could improve your running. There would also be running technique, gait analysis. So it's very specific. If you're focusing on running, there would have to be a program specifically for that. Now let's go to rebounding. Rebounding is great. You jump on, you have fun, you get off. But now I'm going to ask you this question. Why did you start rebounding? What is the reason why you bought that rebounder and you've started using it? Number one, I would say because it looks fun, and it is fun. Number two, it's a safe, low impact exercise that you're not going to hurt yourself. For that, it's up to you. You're not in a class. No, you don't have to follow anybody. You follow what your body tells you. You're in control. And that's what rebounding does for you. It helps you on that way to get fit. So let's say, for example, your goal is to get fitter. What does getting fitter mean? Well, you have to improve your cardiovascular training. So you'd have to work on your endurance. You'd have to work on strength training. You'd have to improve your core muscles. You'd have to improve your lower back muscles. You'd have to improve your upper body as well as that posture. So there's so many components that we have to take into play when we are focusing on a workout program. So, and the last one is, it is our overload principle. Now, when I speak of overload, it means you're going to work harder than normal. So, for example, going for a hike. You're out there and you're doing a mile, and it's a relatively, it's a mild gradient. The next day, you think, you know what? I'm so used to that now. I'm going to go and do the advanced gradients. I'm going to get up that hill, and I'm going to really, really climb it. What are you doing? You're doing something different than you would do normally. So what happens? You're now overloading the body. You're forcing the body to get out of that comfort zone and work harder. How great is that? The only thing is here, psychologically, you are the only one who can do it to yourself. It's easy for somebody to tell you what to do, but it's up to you to make the choice. Now that leads me to my little life coaching segment. I want you, as you're sitting over there, say directly after me, I want to, I need to, I have to, and I choose to, and I'm blessed to. Have to, want to, oh, it's got that kind of like, it's a task you got to do. When you were growing up as a kid, you had to eat your vegetables. What did you do? You hated eating them. But if you chose to eat your vegetables, it would be way easier. If you have chosen fitness on a rebounder for you, it's your choice. As well, if you are blessed to do your rebounding, feel that joy. Feel that joy that fits into you. You are the one who makes the choice. You are the one that is blessed to be able to work on your rebounder, to improve your fitness, to improve your strength, flexibility, agility, balance, and fill your life with joy. Once again, I digress. Okay, so the overload would be divided into three subsections: frequency, intensity, and duration. What is frequency? How many times you do it. For example, if you're rebounding at the moment twice a week and you're doing it for 5 minutes per session, that's a great place to start. That's your baseline. Frequency would be, well, now you know what? Now that Marc's given me this 4-week program and there are 2 cardio days on this program, I'm going to do cardio now on a Tuesday and a Thursday. And that's what the program says, by the way. Tuesday and Thursday, I'm going to do that cardio. What's happened? You have increased the frequency, so you are now overloading the body. Win-win. All right, intensity. What does intensity mean? Let's say, for example, chilies. There's a mild chili, there's a hot chili, there's an extra hot chili, and then there's a, oh my God, don't stick that anywhere near my mouth. Intensity. Oh! Intensity while you're working out. Are you pushing yourself hard for 30 seconds and then recovering for a minute? hard again, recovering for a minute using your hit principles? Or are you just staying at a same pace for 5 minutes? Think about that. If you increase your intensity, what are you doing? You overloading your body. When you overload, you shift out of your plateau, changes occur in your body, you create a new norm, and what happens? You get more results. You get better results. You become stronger. You become fitter. You become healthier. Your focus is there, concentration, your sense of well being. So it's important to focus on the frequency, how many times you're doing it, intensity, how hard are you doing it. Now, with the hard, it could also be subdivided into is it assisted, or is it unassisted? For example, body weight training. Okay, your body is used to, I'm 180 pounds and I'm jumping and I'm squatting, bam, 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 bam. My body is used to using, adapting to my body weight resistance. Now I'm going to add intensity by picking up those dumbbells, same dumbbells, 10 pounds, and I'm now going to jump for 30 seconds. So it's 180 plus 10, 10 and 10. It's now 200 pounds that my body's got to get used to. It has to adapt. It has to shift. It has to command more muscle activation. And what happens? My heart rate's going to go up. My body's going to adapt. It's going to get stronger. So you can do intensity without weights and with weights. How do you do that on the rebounder? I'm going to show you soon. All right. And the last one is speed. Oh, we love speed. When you're driving your car, you can drive relatively slow. You can be cruising. You can pick up the pace. You take the on-ramp, you get on that freeway, and hasta la vista, baby. You are out of there. Same thing with your training. Training, you could be on your rebounder doing a nice, easy jog, then increasing that to a run, then increasing that to a sprint, and then increasing that to even adding different components of fitness. For example, a stop, go. In other words, you would run, and then you would stick. Go, and a stop. What that's doing, it's teaching your body a new component to work hard, recover, work hard, recover, work hard, recover. Once again, adapting, forcing your body to adapt, increasing strength, increasing endurance, fitness, better results. So with that program that I spoke about earlier, once again, it is a 4-week program. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. It's a month. All right. Mondays, we're going to be doing strength training. Tuesdays, cardio. Wednesdays, resting. Thursdays, back to that strength training. Friday, back to the cardio. And this is a nice one. Saturday, it's called an active rest day. And what do you do on an active rest? Get away from the gym, get away from your rebounder, get outside, go for a hike, go for a jog, go for a walk, a nice long extended walk, go swim in the ocean, go swim in a pool. Do something different that's going to stimulate you and it's going to inspire you to come back into that environment where you're on your rebounder. But if you're jumping on your rebounder outdoors, you know what? Nothing beats that. So maybe move your rebounder, go and stand under a tree and bounce under a tree. Okay, so that's 7 days of the 4 weeks. Now, let's think about it. So let's choose an exercise that we want to improve. For example, I'm going to use the example of going from a walk to a jog to a run to a sprint. So let's think, what muscles are we using in that specific exercise? Think about it. I'm going to tell you, it's a total body. You're using, in actual fact, in every exercise, you're using your whole body. But this time it's going to be a little bit more specific. What is going to help me move further, faster? It's your legs, the big muscles of your body. So it's your legs and it's your back. Those are the large muscles in your body. Quads, hamstrings, glutes, calves, core, back, those lats, nice strong lats, stabilizers in your shoulders, and also rotation, which comes from flexibility. Okay, so now we've decided it's going to be our jog to sprint. What are we doing at one specific moment when we are doing that exercise? Balance. Wouldn't you agree that one foot is coming off while the other foot is going down? So in actual fact, we're doing a whole bunch of one-legged jogs, and that is balance. So you obviously need to train balance as well. Wow, that's a new component, as well as agility. So we can increase the speed, we can increase the direction, because not only do we run forwards, but our body is adjusting left and right, up and down. So let's do that on the rebounder quickly. Okay, so first thing we're going to focus on is building the strength of our quads, our hamstrings, our glutes, and our core. What would that be, guys? It would be a squat. So we would stand there on our rebounder doing our squats. Remember posture, discussed it in the last webinar. Your core, you've got that plumb line, shoulders are drawn back. Let me correct myself. Lift the ribs up, draw your belly to your spine, shoulders should automatically open, chest is nice and open, and your chin is horizontal to the floor. All right, so adding those squats, have a look down. If you're not sure how wide your feet are going to be, why don't you just do a simple little jump and stick. Okay, I'm a little bit wider than my normal gait. Feet are slightly turned out. Why? Because we don't walk with an internal rotation. We work with a slight external rotation because that's the way the hips are designed. All right, so go back to the squat. Here we are. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to drive that squat down as I'm used to doing all that time. Squat it down and lift, squat it down and lift. There we go. Boom and down, boom and down. How do I increase this squat? Maybe I can go lower. I have to work harder. It demands more flexibility. It demands more balance. Therefore, working harder, my heart rate's going to go up. My blood pressure is going to be stimulated, and my body has to adapt. The way my body adapts, my heart rate goes up because now my body needs more oxygen to do that. All right, so simple squats, getting deeper. Now, how about a jump squat? Jump squat. What are we doing here? Overload. I just showed you the progression from doing a static squat. Well, it's not actually static because this is a dynamic environment. Into a jump squat, working harder. I have to react. I have to co-react to the rebound of the rebounder from the spring, as well as I have to focus on my depth perception because now even I'm going to jump higher and my feet are not on the floor, and therefore my body is going to adapt to that environment as well. How else can I strengthen my legs? I can do my lunges. Choice. You can do your lunges on your rebounder or do the lunges on the floor. Generally, it's a more stable exercise. I suggest doing them on the floor only because you want to target those glutes and those quads. All right. So you would do your lunges there. You would do your lunges. Boom. Progression. I would add weights. From that, I would put the weights down. I'd add some jumps, switches, progress. What's that doing? It's taking me out of my normal comfort training zone and it's putting me into an adaptation zone where my body has to adapt. So that's my strength training program of my lower body for my running. What would my upper body be? Upper body would be shoulders, would be biceps. Okay? It would be shoulder presses. It would be a chest press, but it'll be a push-up on your rebounder. So hands would be on the rebounder, and you would then do your push-up over there. What else? core activation. How do I do my core activation? Well, I need to challenge my core. Think of this as being a bridge. So in your push-up position, that would be your push-up position. That is activating your core. It's a plank. How do I make it harder? This is my progression. I can push in and out of that. I can add a jump, make it even harder. How can I make it harder? Progress. How can I make it harder? I can add rotation. All these different factors, all these different moves and exercises that you can do solely for core. No, core, shoulders, chest, adductors, abductors, everything, your entire body is stimulated when you use the rebounder. Another great exercise to do is while you are in your lunges, how about putting one foot on the rebounder and the other foot on the floor? Once you've got that, let's just take note of my foot placement. Let me do that. Foot placement, flat. Okay, I'm not bringing my toe up. I'm doing some flats. From here, these are awesome. What is that? Isometric contractions with a dynamic movement. Also, what we can do is get it there, do my lunge, step, do my lunge, step, squat, do my lunge, squat, do my lunge, slide it in, slide it out, knee up, balance squat. Boom, ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. All different components, adding rotation, adding stability, adding motor skill coordination. How would you make that even more challenging? Well, you could do this. This is really, I love this combination. So back to your lunge position. So here we go. Slide it back. Bring your knee up. Squat, jump. Add rotation, step back. Knee up, squat, jump. Add rotation. Beautiful. All right, so we've done some legs, a little bit more legs. How about some core, abs on your trampoline, adding rotation. Why? Because when you're running, you've got that rotation. You've got right shoulder to the left hip, left shoulder to the right hip rotation. As well, flexibility. Improve your hamstring flexibility. Improve your quad flexibility, as well as rest. Now, what do we mean by resting? Resting is exactly that. Out of the norm that you would normally be doing in your routine, for example, go and attend a Pilates class or do a stretch session, do a yoga session, do meditation. Allow your body to recover, eat good food all of the time, drink lots of water daily, take your mindset, set your intention, and focus on that intention throughout the day. Rebounding is about joy, it's about movement, it's about improving oneself and getting fitter. Once you get fit, you feel better, and then you want to challenge yourself again. Challenges are important in our lives, no matter if it's in your fitness, it could be in other levels of your life as well. And challenge accepted. I'm going to focus on that. I'm going to do that. And this is what's going to help me. Guys, so that's all I have for you today. Those 3 core training principles, which were progression, overload, and specifics. I look forward to seeing you in our next Leaps and Rebounds webinar. Once again, my name is Marc. I've been your host, and thanks so much. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to spend it with me. Take care, guys, and bye. Oh, don't forget, go to our YouTube channel, which you're there already, and check out all our content there. We've got some great workouts, We've also got some specific exercise and the previous webinar. If you missed it, go and check that one out. That one is on how to improve your bounce. Discussed some posture, some techniques. So good. I love seeing you. I will see you next time. Take care. God bless. Bye.